Good evening. My name is Sarah Sepulveda, and our group is going to be presenting our analysis of J.C. Penney for Business Foundations Fall of 2023. Meet our team, Team 3. The first section of this presentation will be presented by Amaya. Section 2 will be presented by Brian. Section 3 and 4 will be presented by Alicia. Section 5 will be presented by Daniel. Section 6 will be presented by myself. And Section 7 will be presented by Ashley. Here we have the table of contents. At any point during this presentation, you can return to the table of contents and you can click on the titles of each section and it will take you to the first page of that section if you need to reference anything throughout the presentation. So first we'll have our introduction and then the case issues, application of theory, analysis of issues, alternatives, conclusions, and implementation.
J.C. Penney operates in the retail department store industry. The industry includes a large number of retail stores that offer a wide range of products, including apparel, footwear, home goods, and more. J.C. Penney has a long history in the retail industry, and their main competitors are Macy's, Sears, Dillard's, Nordstrom, and Kohl's. When looking at the J.C. Penney business model, we can see that their main forms of distribution are through a network of physical stores that are strategically located in shopping centers and malls. And this is to provide customers with the convenient access to its products. Speaking of its products, they offer a broad assortment of products catering to different customer segments, including men, women, children, and home. This assortment includes both private and national brand labels. They operate in an omni-channel distribution, which means that they have integrated both brick and mortar presence with their e-commerce, allowing customers to shop online and in physical stores. And for customer loyalty, JCPenney offers loyalty programs such as JCPenney Rewards Program to incentivize repeat business and foster customer loyalty. So with looking at our value proposition again, JCPenney offers affordable pricing that makes quality products accessible to a wide range of customers, and they frequently offer sales promotions and discounts. For brand quality, there's a mix of private label brands and well-known national brands, giving customers options to their preferred brand choices. For product convenience, JCPenney offers a diverse range of products from clothes to accessories and home goods. Customers are able to find everything they need in one place. There's a widespread store of network and e-commerce platforms that offer convenience to customers who prefer different shopping channels. Their central focus for customer service is to enhance the shopping experience by providing support and assistance in-store and online. And again, for the loyalty rewards programs that incentivize customers with exclusive discounts, rewards, and special offers for repeat purchases. When looking at the Porter 5 forces, we decided that the barrier to entry was very high because implementing a supply chain with as many physical stores as JCPenney's or Macy's or Kohl's would require a significant amount of capital and resources. For threats of substitutes, we said that online retailer threats are very high because the growth of online shopping industry provides alternatives to department stores as well as specialty stores where consumers can choose specialty stores or convenience stores for their specific needs instead of going to a multi-need channel with a bunch of products in one store. The main competition we said was very high. Other department store chains, online retailers, and discount stores, as well as the price wars. So there are frequent sale and promotions that are common in department store industry, and they contribute to a high rivalry among competitors. And also the consumer behavior, there's a shift towards online shopping that is affecting competition. For the buyer bargaining power, we also said this was high because customers seek value for their money, and more in this economy, we're going to see that the customers are going to show trends in their buyer behavior. For competition, we also said that consumers have various retail options which increases their buyer power as well. For supplier bargaining power, we decided to say that this was moderate just because they have multiple suppliers, both private and national suppliers, that reduces supplier dependency and power for one specific supplier. Also, for private suppliers, JCPenney has some control over private label products, which may reduce the influence of external suppliers. When looking at customer segments, we can see that families and budget-conscious shoppers are JCPenney's main customer segment. JCPenney is known for providing affordable clothing and household items, making it attractive to the cost-conscious consumers. We also can see a target on middle-income consumers. The store targeted middle-class shoppers seeking quality products at reasonable prices, and homeowners. The company sells a wide range of home goods, including bedding, furniture, and kitchenware, appealing to those individuals and families looking to furnish their homes. Looking a little bit into company details, we can see that revenue was greatly affected in 2022 after the COVID pandemic. JCPenney had been experiencing the decline in revenues and financial difficulties. In May 2022, that company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, and after this company's revenue and financial structure has gone under significant changes. Roughly 60,000 people are employed by JCPenney as of 2022, and JCPenney primarily is operating in the United States with a focus on local department stores. When looking at the competition in the company's market share, JCPenney is at the bottom of its store competitors based on revenue. JCPenney experienced a substantial 34% decline in sales, while Macy's only experienced 15% and Nordstrom's 20%, and this was all during the COVID pandemic. JCPenney also strategically closed 175 stores in 2020 and 2021, aiming to address the financial challenges and streamline operations after COVID.
Section 2. JCPenney's case problem and major issues. JCPenney's challenges stem from various factors, such as the market saturation in the form of existing players, such as Macy's, Kohl's, Nordstrom, and Dillard's. Additionally, discount stores like Walmart and Target have attracted budget-focused customers away from JCPenney. Another factor impacting JCPenney is a shift in shopping habits, with a growing preference for online shopping over traditional brick-and-mortar stores, causing a large section of the customer base to look online for what otherwise would have been a quick stop at JCPenney's. However, at the center of it, JCPenney's main issues revolve around its bankruptcy on May 15, 2020, as well as the products they sell, including their pricing, which will be talked about in a later section. As one can see from this graph, both the 3-year graph as well as the graph dating back to 2014 have continuously declined from $12,554 million in 2017 down to $10,716 million in 2019. This continued downward trend of JCPenney's net sales is only the beginning of a long list of areas in which JCPenney needs to improve if they wish to return to the status they once had in the retail world. On this slide, there's a graph displaying JCPenney's revenue growth, with each quarter being shown individually, beginning with quarter 1 at the bottom and subsequent quarters building upon it. The only exception is the year 2020, which is missing quarter 4 data because of JCPenney's bankruptcy. While the fourth quarter data for 2020 is unavailable, it's reasonable to assume that JCPenney has likely followed the overall trend of the graph, indicating a sustained decline in revenue growth. As what could most likely be inferred from the last 2 slides and previously shown graphs, JCPenney has had to shut down multiple stores over the years. The JCPenney Corporation has had to shut down about 400 stores in less than 10 years, and the trends have no indication of the company opening up any new ones. On this slide, all data pertains to JCPenney stockholder returns, which can be found in JCPenney's 10-K form. The 3 categories for these graphs are JCPenney, S&P 500, and S&P Department Store. The S&P 500 is a stock market index that tracks the performance of the top 500 largest companies in the US. Meanwhile, the S&P department store is an average of 3 of JCPenney's major competitors, Macy's, Kohl's, and Nordstrom. As one can see, while JCPenney's competitors are somewhat struggling, they have been able to maintain a stockholder return above 50, while JCPenney's returns have sunk all the way to 10 in 2020. In this slide, I have displayed 3 graphs that compare JCPenney's operating income with that of its competitors Walmart and Target. As per the graph, while Walmart and Target have made significant progress and shown growth, JCPenney has failed to do so. In fact, it is the only one that has a negative growth rate, indicating just how poorly it has performed compared to the others in similar markets.
Section 3. JCPenney has the next components for the 4-piece market and mix analysis. Product: clothing, home goods, portrait pictures, footwear, among others. Place: 664 stores around the US and Puerto Rico. Price: fair and square price policy, low price warranty, promotion, heavy online advertising, and newspapers, emails, social media. And they do have social responsibility involvement with their new beauty section, Making Count. Continuing with the Porter's 4P analysis, people, JCPenney has 60,000 employees that are concerned about affordable prices and their customer comfort. Customer complaints are efficiently handled with the best trained employees that go above and beyond expectations. Product: JCPenney's product by department shown in the pie chart from Statista and the 10K report is showing that the highest kind of products based on their popularity is the women's apparel, with 22% among the rest of the products. Services are the lowest, that are taking the 6% compared from the rest of the categories. Place: the number of JCPenney stores trend from the year 2012 to the year 2019 fluctuated from 1,104 stores to 846 stores, resulting in a total decline of 23% of total stores around the US. Place: from the 10K SEC report, the total square feet of stores in the US is 93.5 million as February 1st, 2020, with the 846 department stores in the United States, Alaska, and Puerto Rico. 387 are owned and 110 are on leased grounds. Promotion: the latest JCPenney promotional campaign, Make It Count, as found in marketingdive.com, September 1st of 2023, involved $1 billion to improve customer experience and their company's operations included. Price: pricing, the fair and square pricing. Johnson came to JCPenney 2011 and implemented a fair and square strategy. He created this strategy to eliminate the struggle for a good discount at JCPenney. 5-year total operation summary. And this 10K reporting at the SEC website shows that the net sale per square footage is from the year 2015 to the year 2019 is a 3.6% decrease, which is considerable but decline within the 4 years since there's no sign of growth or increasing sales at the store level. People: JCPenney counts with more than 60,000 employees. JCPenney's primary concern is about the happiness and comfort of its customers. The strategy with people is highly trained employees to meet their customer needs. SWOT analysis. Strengths are internal. Sales have been steady since the year 2021, which is with an average per quarter of 1.7 billion. Highly skilled workers. JCPenney is investing in training their employees so they can so they can improve and motivate to achieve their goals. Weaknesses internal. Profits have been declining, competition is increasing, and shortage of skilled labor based upon the recent or latest COVID 19 pandemic. Opportunities external. Despite of inflation, customers are still buying. Another opportunity is after losing Sephora's partnership with Kohl's, they expanded their own beauty section. Another opportunity, online sales. They have been increasing revenues since the pandemic of COVID 19 happened. Threats external. New environment regulations. Raw, another threat. Raw materials costs are on the rise, and scarce availability of skilled workers. Core competencies: high customer satisfaction oriented. JCPenney Online Assistants take care of customers' complaints and details about deliveries and any kind of problems related to the website. JCPenney's employees are highly trained so they can concentrate on delivering the best customer service. Steady sales across the US. I'll be showing this in a moment in a trend graph. Wide selection of brand name products, affordable prices, and easy access app to loyal customers for extra discounts. Net sales of JCPenney in the US from the year 2012 to the year 2019 is showing a difference of $269 million or the equivalent of 17.5% difference.
Some of the biggest alternatives that we found as collectively as a group was having a complete restructure and having a stronger focus within e-commerce and sales. Some of the points included within the restructure came with the transformation strategy that we came up with: improving the gross margin, reducing inventory, eliminating inefficient spending, and understanding the target market more. This implementation includes several points, including offering compelling merchandise to driving traffic and really understanding fuel growth. However, when planning a restructure, you must always know and plan out for the advantages and disadvantages that may follow. The advantages included accelerated store optimization, increased ongoing operations, and more data acquired. Some of the disadvantages that we must account for is the unpredictable consumer behavior, especially with this market. The overfunding, which is little to no return on investment, but in the long term, if you don't take risk, you don't reap the reward. Our predicted implications are provided above, including the net income of 2022 was in the negatives, and the annual sale average in 2022 was 11.17 billion according to NYSE. JCPenney has received commitments for $900 million in debtor in possession of the DIP financing funding from its existing lien lenders, which includes $450 million of new money. This was from a JCPenney immediate release, and we predicted in our closed plan that surpassing break-even point in 4 years, and we'll have a $40 million annual profit average thanks to this DIP fund. Our second plan was within e-commerce, having an innovation plan. We believe that expanding payment transaction plans, having a JCPenney card, and giving more options to how you pay will attract more customers. Organizing and updating the online applications and using AI to advertise more in seasonal sales will help promote more customers. We also found that in this implementation, we want to provide exclusive pricing and discount for those members, discount codes to 3D imaging and shipping products from the closest location, and increasing shipping prices if not available within your store. The new marketing strategies are used to create unique notoriety for our products, and we believe this plan will work. The restructure within this plan had several advantages, including an increase in consumer attention, more up to date with consumer behaviors, and the target market increase with social media expansion. Some of the disadvantages, however, include there's no guarantee of return on investment, and some of the promotions from emails and texts might be seen as spam, and the possibility of data leaks and security. The accessible acceptance within other platforms may be difficult as well. But overall, there's no reward without risk. Within the 6 month introduction phase of this plan, an increase in promotional sales in the beginning of the JC Penney's members only membership. Funding will be from existing DIP funds from existing lenders, and changes will be made in relation to revenue of period. Adapt or die. There must be changes made, or else you get the same result again and again. This is referred to as insanity. Some of the promotional marketing fees that we included was 2% of annual revenue, and we predicted that the break-even point will be in 1 year. Our profitability estimates will show that increased revenue of 10% per period as well. To have new results, you must have change. We believe this plan will work.
In conclusion, we recommend that the company should pursue alternative number 2, e-commerce innovation plan, because it is most likely to improve profitability and diversify JCPenney's audience. Summary of arguments: increases sales and revenue with a broader audience. A well-executed e-commerce strategy can help JCPenney reach a broader audience and attract new customers. With the convenience of online shopping, the company can increase its sales volume and revenue. Expands product offerings that cater to diverse customer preferences can increase overall sales. E-commerce allows JCPenney to offer a wider variety of products and brands, including those that might not be feasible to stock in physical stores due to space constraints. This can cater to diverse customer preferences and increase overall sales. Cost savings from reducing physical store costs by focusing on online shopping can contribute to improved profitability. While establishing e-commerce infrastructure can be expensive, it can also lead to cost savings in the long run. Reduced expenses related to maintaining physical stores, such as rent, utilities, and in-store staff, can contribute to improved profitability. Personalization and data analysis from online shopping can tailor product offerings and promotions to individual customer preferences. E-commerce platforms enables the collection of customer data and behavior patterns, which can in turn be used to personalize recommendations and marketing efforts. Analyzing this data can help the company tailor its product offerings and promotions to individual customer preferences. Improves customer experience by making the online platform more attractive to customers. Enhancing e-commerce platform can lead to a better online shopping experience for customers. Features like user-friendly website design, mobile responsiveness, easy navigation, and quick loading times can make it more attractive to customers. One of the main advantages of the e-commerce innovation plan is that it has incremental changes. The e-commerce plan allows for incremental changes, minimizing the disruption to daily operations. While the trade-off would be that e-commerce innovations can provide quick wins, but they may be seen as temporary solutions that don't address underlying structural issues within the organization. Another advantage is their adaptability and agility of this plan. E-commerce and innovation allows for rapid adaptation to changing market trends and consumer preferences, fostering agility. But the trade-off would be that employees may face challenges adapting to frequent changes, potentially leading to resistance and impacting morale. Break-even and profitability. Like seen in previous slides, we will go over what the break-even points are for our e-commerce plan versus the restructure. So the break-even point is 1 year versus 4 years for a restructure. The profitability estimates are for the e-commerce plan is an increase in revenue of 10% per period versus the restructure that would have a $40 million annual profit average. The promotional and marketing fees. So the e-commerce would have a promotional marketing fee of 2% of annual revenue versus the restructure, which would have no change if there was no change in the marketing or promotions in that plan. So overall, our e-commerce plan would increase revenue 10% per period, even though we would be losing 2% of our annual revenue to promotions and marketing. It ends up still being more profitable, and we would hit our break-even point 3 years sooner than a restructure. The effectiveness of this strategy depends on its execution, market competition, and the ability to attract and retain online customers. JCPenney would need to invest in technology, marketing, logistics, and customer service to make its e-commerce strategy successful. Additionally, monitoring and adapting to evolving market dynamics and consumer behaviors is crucial for long-term success.
In this last section, we'll be talking about implementation and tactics needed to pursue the selected alternative. In this slide, we'll be taking a look at the needed tactics to implement a change in JCPenney's e-commerce. In marketing, we're talking about instant fulfillment on the internet. We want to create relations with consumers through the internet, be it direct marketing or channel marketing. We have solid technology. We want to evolve our tools and capabilities to develop consumer-friendly either websites, apps, to create that customer loyalty to continue shopping online. We also must offer just-in-time shipping. Coordinating with delivery between the firm and suppliers, having advanced confirmation of delivery dates and contact stages is very important whenever we do online shopping. When we tend to buy things based on, will they get here in time? Or must I wait 2-4 weeks before getting my product? We're also looking at our loyalty program benefits, encouraging referrals to discounts or maybe even gifts. We're going to create loyalty tiers. And, the more you spend, you get this off. The more people are spending in our store, the more customers are retained. In the previous slides, we discussed certain alternatives and their advantages and disadvantages. In this slide, we'll be talking about overcoming disadvantages and limitations that were discussed for e-commerce. One of them was there was no guarantee of return on investment. Our goal is to limit unnecessary marketing activities. We want to limit funding and only investing in content marketing based on market research that needs to be conducted. Second was promotions may be perceived as spam, for example, in email marketing. For this, we have opt-in only marketing. It's important for consumers to consent, to reduce spam outcomes. If we're just constantly sending out emails, we're be constantly sent out spam. And we also want to make sure the content's relevant. So consumers are staying active and engaging with our emails rather than simply moving past them. A third was the possibility of data leaks with discount coding. For this, we recommend up-to-date security software, working, with IT companies and stuff like that to have proper firewalls, antiviruses, anti-theftware softwares to ensure that the consumer's information isn't leaked, causing problems for the firm. Lastly, we discuss accessibility and acceptance within other platforms, which may be difficult. For this, we need to identify common barriers, understanding the barriers that are faced by users, and creating user-friendly websites and apps that enhance this user experience to avoid these blocked barriers. In this slide, we're going to be talking about the 5 W's: who, what, where, when, how. Who we're looking at, who are the major players who are going to be implementing these tactics. Obviously, it's going to be JCPenney's owners and upper management that will trickle this down into the individual stores. What our goal is, we want to achieve is, of course, restructuring JCPenney's e-commerce and efforts to transform their earnings and move them from the state they are now and put them in a better state. Where, of course, we will try implementing these things in locations with higher volumes before implementing all over the stores. We want to reduce the risks and make sure the tactics are working before moving forward completely with them. The win, we want to begin market research immediately so that we can begin implementing these ideas within the next 6 months. And then, of course, how are we going to be doing this? We, of course, need to limit funding and marketing. That is not necessary. That's why market research is very important. We want to ensure our marketing is targeting the audience we want to reach and allocating, looking at what resources need to be put where and pulling back where it's not needed. Lastly, we'll take a look at timing and how long it's going to take to implement these tactics and get JCPenney in the earning state we want it to be. Of course, we recommended a 6-month introduction phase for the entire firm, and with the goal of reaching break-even point within a year to 2 years at most. With this, if we are able to achieve these goals, it is very feasible for JCPenney to successfully change their e-commerce, in turn bringing in higher revenues and moving them out of the state they are now.